Welcome over here to the Googan Lab. My name is Robert. I'm going to teach you guys, or not really teach you, but tell you a little bit. Hopefully you guys learned something about punching. So right off the bat, I'm going to tell you guys need the right equipment to even get going on this venture of yours into the punching world, because it is flat out the most. It's my favorite way to catch bass, because it's the most like personal, in your face. You flip in a mat, you go up and down, and it's just, oh my God, you guys, when you guys boat flip a 5 or 6 or 7 out of a mat onto the deck of your boat, you just give them a little bit of a happy dance. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? So out the gate, tell you guys right now, you guys need a muscle rod by Googan Squad. This is the Gold Series. I love flipping with it. It's my favorite one to flip with. This is a 7.5 extra heavy fast rod. I've got 65-pound Googan Squad braid on here. Yes, I use braid. Do not use fluoro. I'm telling you guys right now, it's not. You don't want to mess around in the thick stuff using fluoro. You ain't gonna punch with fluoro, I promise you. And then I got a high-speed reel. This is an 8-to-1. It is a flipping reel. This is all it's meant for. It's got really good drag. Like, it's phenomenal. Like, that's what you need to get going on your punching adventure. So out the gate, I know a lot of you guys know what a peg is. There's a couple different ways to do this. You have a peg and you have a thing called a T-stop. So I'm going to show you guys about the peg out the gate, because it's probably the most well-known and most used one there is. I'm just going to use a Palomar Knot. When it comes to doing this, we do have that already on the channel. We have a video on that, so if you guys want to go watch that, please go subscribe and go take a gander at that, because it's already up. Alright, so I'm going to slide this peg right on there. Now, to be honest with you guys, I usually won't punch with anything less than an ounce, depending on what I'm punching. So I'm going to grab, I've got myself a little Googan Squad ice box here. I wrote on top exactly where my weights are, so I know that my ounce is right here. So we're going to grab this ounce right here, literally pegged. Now, for a lot of the times, I'm going to use a 3/0 hammer hook, because it fits perfectly on the bandito bug. I will tie a very simple Palomar knot on this thing. Palomar, one of the strongest knots ever. There you go. Just nice, smooth, succulent. It's going to slide in there. You're going to grab yourself a little bandito bug. Black and blue is my preferred too when punching. I mean, this is the best bait in the world. You guys did not know that. Just to the bend, punch it through, rotate it up, bend the plastic just a little bit, and just like that. Look at that. That's smooth. God, that thing looks good. That looks good. So there is a con to this though. I know that sounds crazy. There couldn't be. I mean, this is probably the most well-known throw a peg up there, but when you set the hook, this is what happens. That slides up. Now your peg is way up there. Now you have this weight that's free floating like this. Okay? Do an old dangle thing. So if you take a 1 ounce weight and you have a fish attached to this thing, and this 1 ounce is now just beating the absolute snot out of this hook, it's now wedged between the fish. You're beating off the fish's face. It gives a little bit more opportunity for that fish to get off of there with this 1 ounce or 1.5 or even 2 ounce weight just beating against the side of the hook, pushing it out of its face. So I'm going to show you guys a different rig that actually you may want to test out, but it's another way to do it. I'm also going to throw a skirt on there so you guys can see it with a skirt. So it's let me cut this dangler nugget off and I'll get over there. So the second one I'm going to show you guys is actually a T-stop type peg. So you just put your weight on, you don't put a peg on. You take this T-stop, I wet it, shove it in the back end of the weight, just like this, and then you pull it up, just like that. So now this weight is going to get stuck on the line right there, like wherever you put it. But it still can slide around and do that kind of stuff. So we're going to take that thing, scissors. I bend, as you guys see right here, I bend my braid back so I don't clip that thing. Just clip it just like that. On this rig, I'm actually going to show you guys, we're going to take a skirt and just throw it on there so you guys have an idea on when you hear a skirted punch rig or a non-skirted punch rig. The one beforehand was a non-skirt, and this one's got a skirt on it. Sometimes they want a skirt, sometimes they don't. I'll have them both actually rigged up myself. So I'm going to take my 3/0 hammer hook, and I'm going to take a Snell knot. Cinch it down. So I'm going to root this thing up with a sprayed lettuce crack and crawl, just because why not? It looks phenomenal, and the name of this bait is amazing. Look at this thing. Look at that. That's sprayed lettuce. I punch with these ones quite a bit as well, just because well, they stay together pretty good in the really thick stuff because they don't have a ton of appendages coming off of them. Rig that sucker up. Same thing, 3/0 hammer hook through there, bust the appendage apart. So when you guys set the hook on this son of a gun, as you guys can tell, the weight is stuck. Right now, with the T-stop, it's stuck. So when you set the hook, this thing will slide up and it's going to stay there. But there you go, there's that. So the weight will stay there, it's not going to move, it's not going to be bashing off the fish's face the entire time. I generally don't use a T-stop very often. I mean, I have a few times. I stick with a peg, I've never had too many issues with it, but some people do like this. It's more of a preference thing. Tie them up, use them. I mean, see what I mean? It's just going to stay there the entire time. So that's 2 different kind of punching rigs. You got T-stops, you got ones with a skirt and ones without a skirt, and you got ones with just a peg. That's pretty much it. Out the gate, the most important piece is the rod, the reel, and having a very stout hook like a hammer hook right here. And then of course the right line. You need to make sure you have that. The rod is so super important because you will break so many rods if you're not using the right rod. That's why I recommend this rod right here, the Muscle Rod by Googan Store. Other than that, make sure to check out this channel for more stuff. Subscribe down below, and I'll catch you guys on another episode of the Googan Lab.